This podcast is brought to you by the School of Advanced Study, University of London.
Thank you. Welcome to the University of London Institute of Historical Research in the Chancellor's Hall for this year's Aylmer Seminar, which we are very proud to be co-hosting with our colleagues, the Royal Historical Society, the National Archives and the University of Leicester. Like everything in the UK today, we have to outsource some parts of the activity, and we're very pleased that the University of Leicester have helped us deliver such a wonderful programme today. I hope you're all here in the right place, because we're competing with an archaeology seminar. So if you have a spade in your bag, go downstairs. We're also competing inevitably with a World War I conference, so if you have a helmet in your bag, then you're in the wrong place. But we assume everyone is here who wants to be here, and you are very welcome indeed. So the annual Aylmer Seminar honours Professor Gerald Aylmer, who died in 2000, having had a very successful career, virtually founded the history department, of which I am still part, at the University of York, before ending his career as Master of St. Peter's College, University of Oxford. He was a foremost historian of the 17th century state administration, and quite conveniently, that led him into all sorts of major leadership roles in the history sector, as chairman of the editorial board of History of Parliament, and towards the end of his career, and most importantly for our purposes, he was a commissioner of the historical manuscripts, which of course is the advisory body which looks at the work of the National Archives. The seminar not only honours Aylmer, but brings together archivists and historians and related scholars and curators to look at common issues, common concerns in archives and in the way they are used, preserved, and exploited, in the nicest sense of the word, by the historical community. In recent years, our themes have included medieval records, the digital challenge, the challenge of geography and mapping and cartography, and last year, very successfully, a conference on material culture. This year, we are taking a global turn. Our concern is particularly to look at the fantastic wealth and range of materials for the study of global history in UK archives, and some of the issues around conservation, preservation, and interpretation that those collections involve. We should also probably be aware that global archives exist around the globe, and in many ways the challenge we face in the UK in interpreting and using these materials is a much easier one than some of the very endangered archives which contain a great deal of information about global history in parts of Asia and Africa notably. My role is merely as warm-up and MC. I would like to give several sets of thank yous, particularly to our colleagues at the Royal Historical Society, President Peter Mandler and Executive Secretary Sue Carr, our colleagues at the National Archives, in particular Victoria Lane, who has been an absolute whiz this year in organising this event, and our colleagues at the University of Leicester, their support from the university, but also the academic programme organisation, which has been provided by Claire Anderson. Thank you to you all. And of course, thank you to the Institute Historical Research home team, who've done a splendid job as ever. We have all the usual social media facilities that you would expect. There is a Twitter feed, and it's there around the room, you can see. If you've got very good vision, which of course most of us don't have anymore, you will also see that there is a Wi-Fi connection available, UOL conferences, and the password is IOHEST, all lowercase. We are recording the event, so if there's anybody here who doesn't want anybody else to know they're here, be aware when you say anything. That of course applies to the plenary speakers as well. Refreshments will be outside in the crush hall where you came in for the registration. The various bathroom facilities are across the top of the staircase on the first floor, past various portraits of distinguished vice-chancellors and chancellors. And if we require to leave the building in the event of a fire alarm, then we just go straight down the stairs and out into the Mallet Street side of the university. There was a fire alarm yesterday, so we're hoping very much there won't be one today, but of course it's the University of London, and you never know what's going to happen next. Oh, I'm being recorded. The main thing I'm really meant to do is introduce our first plenary speaker today, and it's a very great pleasure to welcome from the National Archives Clem Brohier, who is the acting chief executive, the keeper, and a historical manuscript commissioner. He's been in that role since September 2013, has been doing a wonderfully good job, literally firefighting 2 weeks ago, but also firefighting in the best possible sense in making sure that a wonderful resource is maintained and kept going and is expanded for all of us to enjoy. So without further ado, may I ask you, Clem, to come up to the platform. Thank you.